Musicana sem. Is he bonabasso?
She says I tag of war.
And everything one way.
Ghana.
No, there's no tag.
Ghana for no pay.
There's no tag. If you check it, the boy no.
Assemblée no.
Oh, the boy no Ghana nim.
Ghana nim.
And kind of
Ghana for no so money in the back of Casa.
And kind of plans on.
Thomas, she said the plans.
There is one thing when you play at a certain level. Nkofo we na mo no, they will not allow you. And na niema ye be ka che akwada ko bi menu. Ah, be ma Ghana.
Ko bi menu.
And na no be your background no. Usually we play on the background da. Obu ana ni parents no. Omo ye Ghana sem. And there are some parents outside Ghana. Ghana for Ubo Ghana dia. Omo nyintu mumbo se. Grow money. Yeah, na independent. Tell the Tarek money Tarek papa money adia. Ghana no wo.
Ghana no ni.
What I say? Ha baby no mo dia nti na akwada wo sa abo Manchester United. Yeah na
Manchester ni onti mo Ghana.
Oh, there are some clubs ni bi ho. Oh, there my members na ka say mpo, but you look at how we even will struggle with Edin Gatia. And they a team no. And they almost show akwada no. Ball ya ko manu ibodi se muzika na idie. Omu nyana so ko ba bi o.
Bagana ani wo mpa.
Oh, ya bi dey say wo niam mu.
Aya na players.
The discussions about the boy they hu level e wo no. Agresu boy mienu pe no abo.
Say
hu ba serious.
Oh, but
you see you get convinced because
who be bo ni mu.
Omu na omu bo na baso no a hard critics. To say for schools, Roy King. These are guys are heading some go be at but when we have for schools, Roy King describes him.
Almost say
he takes all
born almost say born now about age 18 no. Like at that stage, you know, say players are all 25, 26, 27. You know that kind of maturity.
Almost the 7 years na can if you know. No ball no.
Yeah, almost like the Nigerian on the ball.
Almost scout on age 8 as a 9. And a free horn. Nah, just say them si can idea. Say Casimiro na hwenya nkura we na be.
Casimiro ehuna man.
Yeah, any problem kana me de o man na bia born again na anka. Almost like that me for this now. They can rush me down. They invite the pressure. But they are able to find a way and beat the pressure.
Akola no
so now Ocean against Everton now. Even in Arsenal in the preseason before open now. Like Obeje ball. No on one he find a way to invite the pressure.
Let's pray if say Obenya one day.
No, if he stay fit and maybe be is a player that who's a mechanic preseason. No coach no. Ghana na dey play be no or yeah. Like
the investment my
Obenya, there's no potential starter at. There's no potential starter at Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, even to the extent that Chelsea mona starter. When he knows that when you are playing at Manchester United, the possibility of national England team no, are very high. Ghana mere was it? Bafoja.
Hey, omo did ya kwada no so me yam sese me e na echina. Me za me hwe na echina.
Ochina hwe no.
Ochina ye.
Na no me hwe no na ma mani anko no ho sa. Na me hwe no.
Hype no ma say.
Na o say na preseason refi na ni via.
Oh na wo ha.
E ba ya but
so omo say Ten Hag amani hunu ya ida akra woni wontia.
Ba so when any mo so
January 18.
When there be what they won't even get there when you send be na Dr. Baumia the Bagana.
Yo horom na yo wa na ya they no even how they ba yo wa na ya
so you cannot change anything. Digitalization.
Anu na ka say national ID card now
by next year. Yes, there be unya. next year Ghana you are the data captures you from next year. The high also being go we are age pension now we away.
That's under 70 be job.
Yeah. Now say under 70 considerably is very good.
You be job.
Well, say also mo fa JHS ne ade. Na so unya akwala o class 6 7 class 6 JHS wa Edin say assistant age. And they were age they go class 1. And you do class go bit match unwe mu no.
O say na no na make catch say half for.
You say unwe mu no mo. Na no ayi go Jafani junior mba ote. Now they are targeting age 4 in England. Almost say o ma akwala no start 8 9 na. Yeah, or 4 years ni start it to the basics. And the zero super job mobile because my I say I buy some na make.
Oh, so I'm case bia. The temperature move am case bia. E bia na ya odi ba
asa.
Ah, okay.
I send you go to see here. Say Ghana na no. Say Ghana card near there manfo kre. It become very difficult so because any passport man be say you can't change anything again. That is where Ghana is moving. Digitalize Ghana.
Never know. Ote Dr. Dina wa hono na kwa yema.
We dey ball go. Ama ba di anu esi Ghana dey say. Bibia ya asem. We be say kan Ghana asem so.
Yes, we say with Ghana card obetimi atoka
electronic card nya doctor.
Am for giga so monti ase kra.
Yeah.
Na Osaka 24 economy no asem o se choba na man for bofu.
Tama. Oh, I mean, Pastor, Jai, I mean, my dear. Tama,
we can't 24-hour economy. Some people will not be happy because
of course,
Tama penny kayen. Ya man of pine cram and I shoot you, and I'm unfortunate standing abasa. In this obedient penny and say, Obika 24-hour economy, that's own chimua. It should not be fair to analyze it. So what I say because for a 1 line 2 line statements now on far and chich and be a man crying no chim say be am the police for baba can home may the way back home may you say what I say I'm even referring to all more studying
abasano
so the be what yes
we dey say
and your money here come as
yeah come on plenty holes
no create exactly. Nti nyawo de ne yeka kan ho aka mo so agra edi ye aba de ntina me ada no so titinzema
tell I say we are not in a rush to appoint a new coach. We are not in a rush to appoint a new coach. We are happy with the performance of Bashiru after Copman. But House of Folk supporters disagree and want a new coach appointed as soon as possible. You know, Kwame Parado, Oni Akasa. Was this CCA part? Then you has a promotion of a coach. One more coach we crowned on form on qua, and the oil no money. So we say results no mass and on penalty. But supporters need to know see there be. Kosiada 2 Sundays to come. Has
when you saw son, confirm.
Supporters say Omuntimi try man for site a coach we ma megina Kumase because adena ogumu ye as if you say any politicians na ye no so has ban say ya ene asembesi and you know and so asem ho no mu a if you say
tagging high you Harry especially from day one a coach start here what can nonsense but guys picking more points than they na bro ni picking yet oh yeah, and our supporters, you know my coach, your man guys own team. No. You have to be fair to him. The guy is picking points. Bro. One, but one say, bro, you know, just saying what picking draws. 2 games, 4 points. 2 games, 4 points. They be no one. Zana bro, you know, 2 games, 4 points. I can answer that bro. So, Oyerepa Sirunti. No, seriously. From day one, now also say I'm more the effort.
Me man say omodi for me.
And has so Brekum Chelsea board draw. By recent results, any Brekum Chelsea near omo ye war and go for home no. It's not a bad result.
Some match ni there. Send executive friend na jawaju match.
Jawaju saying. As in say.
I am Shishankwa.
Na bo be na
Another
nya.
man heavy.
Na bo be na nya MCC. Mamma mfa nipa dibre enje genesa.
And say na wo kan ni omo confirm ni say won na ye coach here. No mo assistant man.
Be omo hwe no. Be ade a look.
Yo. Tama. Tama, I say, how can I serve on your committee when I don't trust you? I don't trust you. Take your Blasters job. Sami Kufuor considers Kurt not trustworthy and has refused to work with him. Tama. Okay, I say maybe na Sami Kufuor SFO Blasters Management Committee. Information I picking is say enka. Won say Blasters Management Committee no come say person put together. And omo to omo sa friend say nka ombra no omeboa ba Kufuor say onye current FM penifo ni nti Blasters man adwuma pa de onye bi omo fo adwuma
Oso na Africa
Sami Kufuor
na Africa
penifo na FFO penifo no
as Africa
ah say nko me Ghana Football Association oh Tama
obi am friend
Tama
obi am friend
omo si come management committee member Blasters
obi am friend na de nyo na no o jaye
so
ja na friend no banyi be na friend no we the boy
me o person ye boy ni pedin say we ask me say no benten friend no asa na waje di
okay o de come out and say ono ani jaye o
yes oh na say Tama
na mo obi adwuma no o jaza ko fence sabra
oh say na de kro na di ja ni ba ni yes
so nye sika no zo ntua sise sika o ma je tua Kufuor sika no mutua no zo ntua
an say be say o mo ko ji ni sika bi o de bra na be bo na nye
frɛ we de nya na wo kan ka ma ji wati aye wonti enti min ka
enti no eso o se on de o mo fo mo dwuma on o se on trust bo mo
obi am friend
Tama nya no kwa no o mo frɛ apia nso so onye Steven
o apia de so onye bi da apia de so onko
ba no so onye on so mo frɛ no so onye o se apia no o mo de a trophy no nya da on na ko bie anu ne ade o so onye nti wo de wo ba ya na wa yi na wa hwese ne city no you can't organize any elections here appear before the Anantahenis committee chief of staff stops the menya from organizing the elections titama omo de krata ama de menya say elections no on put on hold na yati committee because ngofu bia petition menhia ti omo nko na yehwe na ntawantawadi a aba circles ne mu ne elections ne hu nyina no yemfa nto se na so to ansa na elections na to aso nti ya say oh obi ansa kan letter ya say bu de menya ya say bu K5
o ma say de menya so ontimi nya election
dabi so on put elections no on hold na omo appear before committee no na omo ehwe na ntawantawadi a beto ho no omo hwe na omo nyimfiri ho no na circle no enya nkabomu no omo nyina ntimi nkwe na omo nye bibia nti said the election has been put on hold nti eso omo kofa forms no efo bi esika mfama no na actually no ewi a na fe elections no efiase aye no properly nti eno so ye de ababeto ho no mu a ye twen sene the menya so be respond to it
ba bia menya nche me comment ne ma bia senti de ye nko ye ba ne ye be nya nte ase ne ye
mpacho fine na wonti ase
ko ye headline ti na me
mawie na me de
good ye nko exact ye man say ba na ya ba be he say o the chief of staff atro de menya
mpacho
say ontimi nya election
on twen na ya ti committee a
why na ti committee
chief of staff na ti committee no
on be den
on be hwehwe ntawantawadi na ekoso circles ni mu no e fa elections no ho
chief of staff committee
time na twem
time omo de ye adwuma
dem so mfanya adwuma na twem
ana committee dada
so be nya committee dada
ya momo 7 days if I'm right
now within 7 days are
within a week into roughly 7 days by time na letter ne ko na so mo ye adwuma na basis abe letter ne ko 20th of November and as you say
28 and 28
na me nti time na twem na se time na twem ti
ana won ti time twem
twem nti no committee na gu na se
and you hu adwuma bi a committee ya
but on beti ma kan krata check oh ayi
oh metimi asende ama
mame hwade na ye ntwa asem eti ne enko mame hwe na
Tama committee chairman no information kire say we tell na chi kakra enti no oba then
the work commences. Because there was an emergency. Now I said Otukwan. And it doesn't change anything. And this has been communicated to all of them. Yes, several more letters, no. They are supposed to appear before the committee, no. The absence of the committee chairman has been communicated to them. To omo ya aware. So committee chairman eti and enti kakra. To oba. You be communicated the amount. Then all of them the date for them to meet, you know, will be communicated to them. Now omo unite measure. I mean,
Bafwe asemi nyina ye kan letter ni bia. You be use your JHS to do offense on Prempeh College. Na ye de ati asem na na ya say. Okay, so this is from Menchia Palace. Okay, right. That now will be kind
No, that would kind of know.
Go say you answer.
Yeah.
Na just say what about.
now I so be too full. Letter no.
Otuo-Acheampong.
Send no kind of na ya de menya na otu nifo.
Okay, so let's get into Ashanti Regional Circles Council Kotoko SC. Following a petition from the Ashanti Regional Circles Council of Kumasi, Ashanti Supporters Union dated 15 November 2023, the National Circles Council submitted a formal response under the signature of Secretary Eric Afuakwa, reference NCC/AD14/23, dated 18th November 2023. Note has also been taken of a press release from patrons of the National Circles Council dated November 20, 2023. Yes, our patrons letter no na. Nana Kwame describe no come on. It is evident that there are issues in dispute which have the potential to undermine the unity and stability of the council, and that's the real critical role they can play in support of His Majesty's program for the rebuilding of the club. Accordingly, His Majesty Otuo-Acheampong to the second Asante and sole shareholder of Kumasi Asante has directed the new appointment of a 3-member committee under the chairmanship of Nana J. Fosu Chichakwa, Asante Hene, Ananta Hene, a distinguished legal practitioner, to ascertain the issues in dispute and make recommendations for their resolution in the best interest of Asante Kotoko. The terms of reference of the committee are 1. To meet the National Council, the patrons, and the Ashanti regional circles to examine issues of concern and determine the extent to which they may or may not be consistent with the provisions of the constitutions of the circles. 2. Examine the preparations for the next national elections and recommend measures to engender confidence in the process and serve the best interest of Asante Kotoko. 3. Make such recommendations as will create the right conditions for the reinvigoration of the supporters, especially the home base of Asante Kotoko, to facilitate fulsome match attendance. Members of the committee are Nana Kusi Obuodum, Domia Brahine, and Chiame Kwekuusu, linguist. Mr. Kwame Ajiman, registrar of the Kumasi Traditional Council, will serve as secretary. In view of the urgency of the matter, the committee is directed to endeavor to conclude its work within a week. Okay, this time from the office of the Chief of Staff. Copy to Bafo Jam Fosu Chichiakwa. Nantahina na kusibo dum Domia Brahine Chami Kwekuusu Tumfo linguist Kwame Ajiman Edusei registrar Kumasi the IMC Asante Kotoko Sporting Club. Okay. Kata Chief of Staff Troy Eni.
Kata nani.
Kata nini.
menim say person obo me ebia ebi mantibi dia na obo me because there's nowhere in this character that say you stop be na phobia Acheampong no because unse
interpretation
no unse like no unse like one kind character we are
topic discussion young go across many aje ho
because one kind character we are I was na ma dia tum say you stop listening for be Acheampong no but this letter and can be say you stop listening be for be Acheampong no you see young let's go to by what Mr. Otuo just read to us.
But like if you read point 2 talks about the election, and this is what it says about the election. Or say to examine the preparations for the next national elections and recommend measures to endanger confidence in the process and serve the best interest of Asante Kotoko. So by this, my understanding is that you have a process on the election, which in a way, which me I can say hold on.
No, say
by extension.
To examine the process of the election.
So when a process is being examined, a just say it cannot go on.
So to examine as a corrector.
So
you give a green light.
Just say for the time being, you will wait till after the examination.
But then guys homophobia can come on.
That's where they will be scanning the encounter. But at least the committee will look into the elections.
What I say, proper.
It is a very powerful committee. A very, very powerful committee. You know, Ananta Hene, Otum Nana, Kwamusu, and a committee an ordering.
Yeah.
An ordering. And I think they be a bit to me. Ama to ye.
Sanity, Beba.
Sanity to ye. So Zach, I think that point 2 talks about the election.
But like when they petitioned the chief of staff about issue,
or say almost national foreign respond there.
Almost respond.
Okay. The first was following a petition from the Asante Regional Circle Council of Kumasi. Asante was supported, dated 15 November 2023. The National Circles Council has submitted a formal response under the signature of the Secretary, Erika Fuakwa. And he gave reference of that letter.
On that,
okay, so I didn't say... Maybe say we are talking about the content of this letter. Now it's here. We did not even say the National Council had responded.
Because I remember Bafaf told us here once, say, now the menya, okay, they be okay, say, yeah, man, let them buy one, okay. No, I'm saying no, host. Do you remember that day? It's not me, no,
they have responded.
It's a response. They change to me, and I don't to me.
Oh, some they
have responded.
That day, no, young boy. In terms of music, apart, I say, now we are clear now.
Now only media is sarcastic.
Let an embassy. Now can let an idea where is going.
Oh, okay. I feel Matthias here. I feel Martin Numanas.
I didn't say let it home say, maybe a cup full song. No, radio say, accordingly, or full some no way. Baba let only be home. Exactly. Oh, one pan only be. Let you born at the man, normal. Okay.
The letter gave 1 week ultimatum also.
Any 1 week ultimatum.
Say within 1 week.
Or say
within 1 week.
Or say in view of the urgency
100%
of the matter, the committee is directed to endeavor to conclude its work within a week.
Within a week.
Yeah. Directed.
What I say? Now you baby now Obi catch the chairman 2 kwan. And we are talking about the agency of the issue.
But with all due respect,
as a chairman, two kind here, chairman, quite you know, are we not kicking against the directive of Menshia here?
Who is kicking against
Sebio?
Chairman.
Of course.
Now you chairman.
And I'm saying, I can't mention him. Nana Anantahini, lawyer Peninipa. He may have other activities.
Yeah.
The chief of staff, Eddie Juma Shenensa, and now Tumfo, Nasibia, for some reasons. But Tian nature no could Juma, meaning set Monimu penny for. Or bought chief of staff, and I know Botum for Amania. Now, Chibi, the only maker, the Oye in a bra. Majority, some guys, okay, committee now. Maybe boom for the end, and I'm busy be a committee, be a keke. But membership of the committee, I know the Kakra. And see, Penino Nana, so or Tiana nature bar. With the mummy in Yahoo in Sio. And I won't just say, I know what to ask.
Oh,
Yeah. I must sound disrespectful, but I think chief of staff is a big problem to Kotoko. The man always send Kotoko backwards. Bratinka.
Bratinka, you know.
And if you know,
Night of Champions League and interesting games. Basso. Na some Yabafia was some capanti, Yaben fast, na Yaba Abeka and Sama Ecos or Asino. Misoto and group aqua very interesting pie last year. Can wasem. The Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, and Newcastle United group are more belong to. That is Group F. And Milan ball at home to Dortmund. Now, okay. Until the moment share Group F on
now they are carrying my bubbles. Now, it's not a Benya Champions League.
And the Champions League, you mean that you pie. That's
menu in Turkey.
And the Benya that you pie. Actually, now. So, Milan and some person will qualify from this group. Their destiny is in their own hand. Because they are almost 5 points. Dortmund are 7 points. So, a win for Milan will take them to 8 points. Their last game is away to Newcastle United. A very difficult ground. But the Ebema and the more faith or Munsemi and say PSG so airborne at the other side with Newcastle United or Park the Princess. And he group name the dynamics is very interesting. Also for PSG, this is a story in air at home. Almost lose 2 home away game, 2 away games, and we need 2 home games. And they are in the Champions League race because of their home form. And based on what PSG have done so far in the Champions League, and the PSG no never break because one said Newcastle and the last game away to Dortmund. This is in the Champions League. PSG have been very poor travelers away. And then you expect a PSG and na hondi na Mbappe, Dembele, Ramos, Colomwani and all the guys no. Edo mahondi na because they have to beat Newcastle at all costs or Park the Princess. Or share Newcastle or 9 points. The attendees or 9 points are. Who share the dynamics of how the group now, but not qualify with 9 points, even though any guaranteed. Because just imagine, say, who share not 9 points are. Let's assume Milan have beaten Dortmund. Now Milan got 8 points are. Still, and Dortmund last home game no. Or bet me I 10 points. Milan can still get a point or some results away to Newcastle and still qualify ahead of Paris Saint-Germain. And then the other group were interested. They said PSG can still beat Newcastle today and still not qualify from the group. And then our group now, Newcastle, the only side or sure win in that group PSG when they beat them, but that 4 goes to 1 or so. Newcastle, England, no. Apart from PSG. They've not scored against Milan. They've not scored in both home and away against Borussia Dortmund. And then I'll Park the Princess based on PSG's form and how you say or more how I'll Park the Princess too. And the struggles of Newcastle. almost share yes this weekend again almost share Chelsea 4-1 but Oshe game na mboye no still now no they have problem defensively and players now me out in their midfield now Ishak is back in the team but I think say midfield no they are still short of material because Gumares uyo no fiwa the aka no the strength no enya there also and in defense Lesses and Kono are not living up to the expectations. Then let's go for PSG to win 2-0 against Newcastle United or Park the Princess. Now Dortmund, the last time I'm call Milan, San Siro, no, I'm AC Milan 1-0. Me carry that game. This guy Kula, the Czech Republic international, honestly the Oligoma Dortmund. Now Milan show my first leg, you know, Signal Iduna. Then they came the return leg and Musubeshe Milan 1-0 in a group they didn't qualify because Milan and Real Madrid qualified from that group in 2003. Now they are coming to a game. Milan no. In their last 3 home games against German side, or 2-2 draw. And in their last 3 home games against German side, and results in 2-2. I was San Siro. It's a game that Dortmund are coming in with the hope say a against Newcastle away. Now they are coming to a ground that Milan and this is in Ensha convincing sir. Even though Omuyas PSG by 2-0. Unim say that is the only goals Milan have scored so far in the Champions League. Out of the 4 games they've played, almost only 2 games. Over Champions League teams, the only team Milan have scored more than in the Champions League Benfica. Benfica have scored just 1 goal in 4 games. And I mean I said 2 goals in 4 games. And they are not scoring. Now the man Milan so to TSM no. Rafael Leo up to now and yes certain because share because it looks like Omoru out from the game. Some are also saying the late fitness test meeting yaba but utie in common party Rafael Leo hamstring no lose like on team game the nyumbre. Open chances created in the Champions League this team for Milan 8 first Rafael Leo. Dribbles completed in the Champions League 15 first Rafael Leo. Progression if anything attacking options for AC Milan 34 for Rafael Leo first. And you know at the Papa Bia attacking once for Milan Bia to Rafael Leo and the more. So just imagine Rafael Leo missing this game against Dortmund. Yeah, they are a papa at their mom and Dortmund are said that technically they are well coached side. Especially when they are going that direct football now, they are very difficult to stop. And then based on the injuries, because Milan team no, we should listen now. So Rafael Leo and Giroud. So now no more the boy be Kamada, Francisco Kamada about 15-year-old, but again and Kamada Mubo. You do stage and Kamada 15-year-old. So you need experience, you need that kind of to win this game to make sure say your Champions League in hope so comes alive. And then one say match the bend in a draw. Okay. And then one said that more will go to San Siro and get a draw against AC Milan. Was a game anymore. Barca will beat Porto even though in this game. Barca will win that game. Now Man City Leipzig there say City there or bo especially not or bo our saying it's hard what they are in the Champions League night like this and Leipzig stop one side but expect Pep Guardiola and it's Man City side to win by at least 3-0 be was a game so too.
Jiwo. All right.
Yeah, someone. Nipa was some can. I know three. Nipa was some can. And I ain't been
Champions League no.
Oh, send it.
See, we are near back.
Send it.
Other issues, no.
Eddie, Bema boy, I don't know. Bema boy, I don't know. Be loyal brie, a boy.
Obri boy.
No, brie a boy.
Brie a boy.
Oh yeah, either or your mate or live.
Okay.
Until say what pre MP was to be. What kind of?
Obri, Congo, Mazana.
I'm some Mufuko
Namoko. Obri, yeah.
Oh,
Jumba.
On one echo.
Oh, Subi.
Oh, yes, no 2 ways about that.
Now, boys, no.
BBI is setting. BBI is setting.
Oh, no, Tuaba. Subi.
I want to try my room. me ni lawyer ne kam was subli interest at heart
lawyer no
and I say
also the lawyer ne but na no catch them so the lawyer ne be too
for me me delegate
obu onye delegate but
what I'm saying is say be tina subi no since ye wo ye BH 72 mampon hini fie
wa
be sine no ye hunu ne say
yeah
MPs ni bia bo ma ye adwuma obi ti say lawyer escape of wo ye adwuma Eugene de yen shede hunu adwuma
na ba ko no
then
you free o ma Eugene ba
former Cocoa board boss oye adwuma kakra so ne me chena na say yes gala bi ba so wasafo mi do na maka kire o mo say okwa astanwa na po aya street everybody okwa bantima
subi mu ni street
ba kokure ni bi
ene gwa serem so mu gwa na mu ni bi
so be bogala ti maka so mu nya abo
kwada so su ye ni bi eni street
sa
o mu nya abo
kwada so ye ni bi
another de bi no mo bebre ne bi ni bi no
omunya abo nti odi ye lawyer so ochia wo
me jene so lawyer be to tef
no so I make so number
oh ye be free
me de ama no
ye be free lawyer
so no be ko bo
we to
e the campaign be intensify o Santasi
menja
Inshaeso
be wo
astro tef
no mu ye
ye dey be obi
Inshaeso
ba Santasi dey be ni honti ye dey venture
and they are quite difficult games especially group F said there's a kind no Milan Dortmund
zone by dynamics obi winning over qualifier na
okay obi winning na they winning na qualifier Dortmund
okay
say Dortmund winning na PSG su win a it means some me no qualify to the next stage of the Champions League which are the round of 16
Dortmund winning
yes
na PSG so winning
yes
last match
yeah even Dortmund nya draw na PSG win a still Dortmund has qualified
okay
because
there's AC Milan the bit must stop Dortmund from
yes
early qualification
but we share 4 matches on Maboni group ni ma Borussia Dortmund deserve some of that top of the group because omoni the only side that omotimi pick 3 points from away
okay
PSG with players omo nyina entimi pick even a point from away game AC Milan same apeke just a point Newcastle MPK point apeke 1 point away game eti Dortmund top no madam so omo deserve some more top of the Champions League A group F no and the game no mo kobo no San Siro against Athletic Club of Milan AC Milan no the second most successful side in the competition history and they say
said
was say na no kre
na no say milestone omni first
to the mon kan ko say 500 mon kan ko pa say Manchester pa na ye the second most successful club e wo Champions League history akibenya so take is nke dwane kazaki to wo be nya so but ade ma game ne ha dwane ne say won himself from last year Champions League round of 16 to the final game I boy Inter Manchester City boy the continuation this season 2023-2024 season no player in the Champions League and I winning more man of the match than Rafael Leao. Yes. This season in the Champions League, as at 4 games, to winning 3. The most by any player in the competition this season.
Okay.
Leao ended the talisman for AC Milan. And the game no Omobi. A drew dicey game say you crucial. Mostly say Milan benya results are a Rafael Leao ne yino. And me makase for the past 3 years. Bibi Papa Bia ba AC Milan on the pitch. A Rafael Leao ne this any German supporters no. He is the Ronaldo, Lionel Messi of AC Milan in the last 3 years. And there's something you cannot take it away from player friends Rafael Leao. The absence of Rafael Leao. The two. When you have such players in your team, because you're a big boy and they in the competition, a lot of concentration also. And the players at target. So what should Milan and Dortmund? I was signal do na. The two. Who said Dortmund was to stop Rafael Leao, stop AC Milan. And these are some of the reasons why sometimes I criticize Stefano Pioli. for the Juma Oye. And they say teams overload Rafael Leao. That is the end of AC Milan. Milan entering position on the pitch to free Rafael Leao. Said the Beya or no so Kakana or one, he will use it to support AC Milan team. No. It's not the absence of Rafael Leao. No. Who comes in to replace Rafael Leao? Ewa Abraham Milan name no. The American Maradona, Christian Pulisic. Pulisic after TA AC Milan scoring around 5 or 6 goals in all competitions, which is very good based on position because on more on the favorite position. A do stage say Mizoto tension womb, pressure womb, a lot of things can come into play. Adeba Akwa Bob Oyerepa Dortmund this year, they say they have an experienced player. In a branch of friends say Matu Mills. Champions League year boy, any amount for statistics we use when it comes to such games. When it comes to tackles, any interceptions, at the age of 34, why yet than any player in the Champions League this season. We're regaining the form and the name say Matu Mills. So far Dortmund team now, they boy in a 4-2-3-1 system. A possible Milan will also move to a 4-2-3-1 system. Reason in say Omumi anu nyina obi abeso ba ala na yonko to play from the back. Dortmund is an attacking team. Amzoto omo pese always no mo pressel. Pese always they score a lot of goals. Weekend the omo against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Na Mönchengladbach cost 2 goals. But omo betete Borussia Mönchengladbach. It tells you say about attacking wise Borussia Dortmund is very strong. Milan will need their big players, especially Olivier Giroud. Say such night no Mzoto obetimi ayi ne ho. Then Abrantia needed Samuel Chukwueze, Milan turned from Villarreal. How he will come into the game. Now, said the near Sinim Chukwueze of Villarreal, Alba Milan Nuntimino, Obetimi about game. Then again, to the importance of Loftus-Cheek. And now go game now. Watch Loftus-Cheek. He will be the main man behind Milan attack because of his drive. And then the physical presence will be shown on method. I just want to see his battle with Emre Can. And then Numero was San Siro. A quite difficult game, quite difficult game, but this is Champions League and Bema Boada Edding Mamema I don't see Dortmund winning, even though they have a very good away record, but I don't see Dortmund winning. So win Beba AC Milan and it looks between 2-1 or 3-1. It was a game. They are kind of there because it doesn't look like games are actually over the group here. Lazio Celtic definitely Lazio will win because finally even though they are not performing well in the Italian Serie A, but Champions League I think they are managing it well. Until Lazio ne Celtic come here last it will group with 1 point now. Okay. Lazio might get their qualification today moving to 10 points. It was a game. I would love to watch Atletico Madrid and Feyenoord game no because of one player and I'm sure top clubs will start chasing him this season in Santiago Jimenez, the Mexican international team. And then will have an opportunity to watch the game. No, watch a branch of friends Santiago Jimenez. I will watch a year club of friends Feyenoord. The Manchester City in Leipzig is actually a one gamer. It looks like City there already no. Omo Buku Omo take it to the next stage of the competition with 12 points. Leipzig also Buku Omo take it to the next stage of the competition. A group Omo Mienu na dominating. It's definitely one of the top group, which looks more like Manchester City. It's also no Mamenko Manchester City 3, Leipzig 1. PSG in Newcastle game number 1 of France no. PSG Mizoto. So watch the Newcastle game now. I see Newcastle causing a lot of problems for PSG because how physical they are, which the PSG midfield, I don't know how they will handle the likes of Jolie Tenegru Mares when they decide to play their physical game. And on the area, say PSG team handle the year, they stand a chance of winning. Playing the game at France, one advantage momo. In such difficult games, and you expect big boys from the within the two teams. Say about game changer, one the word game changer. And that is PSG. Abranche friends Kylian Mbappe. In Tiano Mamema, Paris Saint-Germain 2. Club IFN is Newcastle so 1. Find out Atletico Madrid there. You do any careful was that game. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised. I'm born Holland. I will not be surprised that Atletico Madrid will lose that game. And also be by a slim results be 2-1 be now 1-0 in favor of club IFN is Feyenoord.
Good. You that's CP captain. ya so show baba say say o ba ntem mama ni wanu nsem kakra just a minute na fe ye nkoto aso
so we ba ntem kakra di kan problem kakra na mesro say ye be fa video so na ye dia to dwa kakra eye esreso to fe yase fe junction bi divine junction ko video engineers no mo ye kwan no omuduro no mede no engineers ne be kan say medium sa na ye frɛ no mede ne ye de be kan pavement say de man for beti ase finfin o mo kan medium finfin no medium
say e brofo
sa on brofo and the contractors ne kan ye kan fi ye be kan local say be man for beti ase say ya to
mass for brofo
okay ya to fa finfin no a no faso no a divine junction so me every 2 weeks any perfect repair no ko
kiwai
ko di amana ko basa no san finfin de na omoye no do divine junction ho de na de asia una pia ba right and the air corner ko left and at the same time ho no so no 3 road because ba ko be remu divine enti anadwo bia wonim bia o ba bia light ni kwan so road marking ni so o fatre no de bo be ho anu ahete obenhu anu ahete and then 3 days obi ni ne ba so me na areho na areho anadwo ni ba ko ne ba je se man ne nim ne sinyina adwi ne ba no so presi ko fa glass ni kra pia bonten nti e be sere ho mo se ade na achia no omo ko hwe no omo nye ni yie mayen na eniema ntimi nkoso yie na nipa nti e na kwa na dawo so we dia sa to su biem ase dia fia e ba e kada bia e kada bia se ha se asem die e kada bia se wi ase Almighty Moses kwa na se be ma tu no fo
na Moses o Almighty
wonna mra nyina nyame de ba no bia mra bia e wona sa si su nyina wonna nyame de ma no
anya no crash
oh okay angongo enti dia kan se cause nim se mra nsem di adwuma de nyame de fa Moses so nya no kra mra nsem du sa according to Bible mra
da bo se mra we ase
me ka Bible mra e yo wiase ya me mani ehunu de Almighty Moses
Moses mra kwa bi change your New Testament
okay engineer angongo nti na se be ma etu no fu abi mra bie ni wanye Moses na nyame de ma no na okogye mra no kra ba nipa ma na nto
ya ba se nyame sem envanto nti mo se ana gidi na di be Christ for asem foforo ka with the New Testament tinam ka tie nya won kor
ya obi nyame de mra ma obi o New Testament ma ande bai
aba se nto aso
da bi nyame challenge e busasem je bia na minim no wa kire me enti enko
ya ni sia wo religion
okay enti de kan say eduru ba bia ye team ni ye no house of folk company for ya kasa bi o muntie because untimi nko ye team na every year bia na team ni sesa every year bia na team ni sesa every year bia na team ni sesa wo se mi abase mi nyadi se ye team aye we say na team e de boy no new players nko ye 8 new players 8 ni emu 4 abo premier ni 2 one season emu 4 more premier da
na politicians no way
omo bench
go for some edu ba wi ade franco
o ba wi adwena o kra mpe
on from man ye de
adwena mu bu ye o ba wi adwena o kra mpe ko so ba wi adwena difference be tata bom ya wuni ma adwen kro je so adwena de o wi a wuni adwen kro a wo wi tizikani yire de o to adwena mu bu ye na telefone se dua wan so ba bi e so nti etu omfo mu ntie because we team na di ba kroma no enek ye tutu ye niam ya
kroma duro
ye betire twaba ko aduana wo jaze ye twam ko aduana ya wie ni kroma sema ayi ni kroma ye ni kroma di twam ye nko nkra biem e che boy fake up ni wie a before say na ebedu nkran na jaze ya ye bibia wie ni ye ko nti asom me omuntu to ade ni ye man da bia tu kura no a asojafo de kwako na every year mo agredi no si edi si ombo na nya 7 minutes ya next year ombo wa mbeso unya 2 minutes 2 minutes do ko
na de ewu
etu no kura de kwako no na de ewu na edi team no
won tam sa de no menya
no mo to mo ni da beti baku no no beti baku no omo agredi obutuo because you born na 10 minutes ya next year no obudo be to na omega za kwa na ye born to na 10 minutes o delay ahwe a odo so onso betima ye bibi na ma te so aba 5 and asa 2 2 no kro mbesa te so afa die ye be bon kro betete ye die be yachi
na examples die hu
ye die be yachi
aboko da ro ka so so
ye die be yachi so me ye die every year be yachi AK47 say soldier fokro ni su bi o ko museum iguo gu and the judge can do musu biem eti die kan say so me ye de ka change pani fo say say ka me de me ba kroma ye tutu
ye aduana ne kotoko no points say na momoni da so pra
aduana ne kotoko no so so here aka 12 points aka 4 matches you sa 12 points so me this is brutal
ni me no munya 4 ye
ni me nya 4 ye ha just say the ma kra ye wine na ha ye 3 a
and say had any yam
David dem say the ma ye wine na ha ye 3 a ye ko what does say okay ye tutu ye niam yi aka na me de ma be ke ne ye ba o
okay
kini ye ba
abas ba sa ba biom nti
company fo tutu niam yi ne club no so me ne asa titi information bi am pese be ye ho
that
is a players ni bi say de niam si ko ne de say Hyundai ya be san V8 ho
Hyundai and say
Hyundai ya tumika sa V8 ho
ano de
Hyundai ka Hyundai
and for players
ka Hyundai player bi say ono ntimi tra ho ma Hyundai ma san ho
Hyundai ne wan
what you say eti e simple for ni say o manage nyama yie ba yen
na tuma ka Hyundai be
what you say
se V8 ka ka
what you say
na Hyundai ka ka to ntie bi akoto player bi a ono bi a ehu ni so ye ketwa na player kese se a ada ne ye bo player bi e koto no from
na ye man mo
na
next katem
ye fa so akade no ngwa ye fa so akade no
munza ho
sa what you say because you see I offer see so me
obi dada
obi e so dey see na ma bana me poni no za V8 no
o de poni na poni na we
poni na ko ka tunyan inji na tuoto na ye be go chesi a me ma ko fa poni no to V8
okay
ni o zin da ya ka
ba na be mama say ka mama captain so na
I will make sure say
na no never
on the so ne dikan no person in
on the dikan no be to aso ana
ne na fofo no
ka so on the dikan
ana me say on no ne na fofo no busan so man na me say on the dikan among list of them no among the list of them no
asemo dey this all chim
we what na want to say because busan say na yes speak to us for question busan
okay
easy
ni sana wan kan ni afi no basa o
on the gas o mo ka so we dey
mama me list ana so run ko me
on the way the first lady there's a second lady ho no
on for that ka
first lady
so
you go you be here
I think it's becoming very difficult these days.
Coaching the Ghana club. About Moses there, no. Or say it is only Moses that was giving, manage your home. That was given the law, not Jesus, Abraham or the major prophets. Okay, I'll lead this. Then I'm going to say I am religious. I'm here to confusion, but
so that second also because I've also gotten some information. Mr. Otuo, yeah, to the national circles, no. Yen can't say almost stop with Bia.
Okay.
Right. At your mother, your mother to be not still going on because somewhere
interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
The copied way list, the CCA list doesn't include the national circles, if I'm right. If I'm right. Say my hair. Or me hair, you know. Or my copy almost all it, you know.
That's assembly no.
Debut as almost.
That's young copy.
And okay, say what's my kind of control say CC no. Okay, the letter is meant for them.
Okay.
To the letter is because say the Ashanti Regional Circles Council. Asante Kotoko AC. So this letter is meant for the Asante Regional Circles.
Okay.
And to ome copy omono. Eye. Ba for eje fosu anantahene. Nana kusi obuadum. Domi abrahene. Ochiame kwakusu otumfo linguist. Kwame Ajima do say registrar. The IMC Asante Kotoko Sporting Club. I don't know, but I think conspicuously missing
the National Circles Council.
The National Circles Council. Because they are even a party to this. They even responded. But
this letter is a response to national phone letter.
Region phone and a national phone here.
Some American and we letter we now.
So
we may have to ask to them no. Vetting
and everything will proceed.
Exactly.
Of course, say because there's nothing to say. And I would let it in our whole content, no, and can say, put everything on hold until after this committee, you know, verdict or whatever. So it means they are going ahead with
you know,
for a fact,
and
yes, for a fact, because I've spoken to the top men.
They are going ahead.
Yes, it's not bad to disrespect the. Because let no anchor so who could die who say onema we do you mandate now who jai abra we am kan so wa so to achi ba afi na be ka say me kwa akoye because me say actually to be command crofo so if anything e be plead with nananom say ankomo speed up say the time because mandate twom nra say na strike e kan no e twom nra ana still I don't.
But going back, are you not saying, say, or don't you agree with me, say? The second point is quite implicit because, or say, the terms of reference of the committee are examine to meet the National Council, the patrons, and the Ashanti Regional, to meet them. So the National Council are supposed to meet the committee.
Yeah.
Okay. To examine the issues of concern. The issues of concern include the elections. And determine the extent to which they may or may not be consistent with the provisions of the Constitution. And that's the subject.
Understanding, they say, the circles has a Constitution. And they are going by what the Constitution says. So the committee, you know, we want to petition call, you know. Echo call to Niema say national circles no Niema without referencing to the constitution of the circles. So what they see is they say so committee no by be show ma. They almost send the document nyada come committee no. So the committee no acknowledge say national circles no are responded. Awoyi.
Be mama
say no say ba omo be say
constitution yi and obi say Niema achia. And on two committees, whether the committee is chaired by a lawyer who really understands the constitution.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I say,
Domi Abraham. Hey, Nana.
Domi Abraham won't no count. And it's said by Nana Gusi. So, America says a very powerful committee. So, one, you better say a ye. Asem na region for no kind say more British constitution. I am that's one. And two, to examine the preparations. You can say preparations for an election. Everything that's got to do with elections for the next national elections, and recommend measures to endanger confidence in the process. That's my understanding. So because it's quite simple. So suggestive.
So in this, in what aspect of the letter?
Aspect of the letter, baby, the National Council is meeting the committee.
So you meet them. But you go ahead what you my way until say you be catch yourself you my way no jai. Why do you stop? And they feel say because we no
okay if what the producer say let away no was for the Ashanti region. Okay. And they have given another one to the national.
Because I learned that the national received.
So the way we can find that out.
National chairman received the letter on Saturday.
Patrons no content in there the same but addresses no nanya tamanya sa na kan say for instance say patrons no ya address wo mo patrons na dem dey akoma wo mo bibia wo bia
the national for na nyakrata e bi
I read the letter
national
for no say letter on Saturday.
The letter was written on Monday and a week
okay
and then 20th.
Okay, and I for
Saturday
on
Monday.
Saturday
morning. Okay.
Saturday almost a week and I'm according to
the Menyansa can letter no long before Saturday.
Don't know what the only man can longer you almost second Saturday. On second of a day.
Only Thursday. The Menyansa Thursday. I'm telling you so no be can say something for no be so when I am preaching for me but Saturday no for the Menyansa.
Do we have to argue on this?
Saturday you start here
on Tuesday. On Tuesday at
so
that one anyway
as it stands down there and I make and say you plead with Nana say and maybe it must be the kakra na yo Simapia e can say me abro mo unveil the Cup of Nations ho no na am so to e can create down for men say down for agro you see e bia na person cameras capture na can all being patriotic Ghana ni Ghana Cote d'Ivoire you kwakoji cap
on ordinary Ghana ni
the very special Ghana
7 is
special Ghana
captain.
Former
the captain when Ghana first appeared at the World Cup.
But still, I'm going to special Ghana.
To own on your blasters and some more.
So we the blasters.
Okay. The term to keep fit club.
So to say you could Cup of Nations no. Because to I think that Steven Oton down one in someone can pay. Your team will hold you because to hope pass the Cup of Nations. Anyhow. Sub Ghana party we I neye boy and I'm your kobo Comoros here begin na sub pass your Cup of Nation it's not there. But then we can put an effort and see a page and I'm not going for suggest a lot of issues. If it's a player's commitment questionable, if it's a coach tactics wise everything, if it's a officialdom all these things we so to see ever come together as a nation and focus on what is ahead of us. Preparing the team adequately for the competition. We are not going to win.
Chama, and there's an interesting match. Ewo Baba Yara. And a match, a FA Cup, but a match, me who say both sides no, one will be to show. Kotoko, Echo, Sugakope, Echo nya 3 points. Coming home, omu here at this win. Tamasa Kotoko to me, we need this match. Kotoko bebo Chelsea this weekend. Sorry, Monday. Oh, okay. Ebeboa Kotoko yie pa. And also a 5 star. Enti ebeboa Kotoko pa. The ebeboa mu ba kuni say in terms of confidence, e de be ma team no, e de be ma players no, e de be ma technical team no, e de be ma supporters no. The ebeboa di mienu ene say ebe improve attendance na nsen ya nanka results no start say ekoyie no nanka attendance no improve but eti asese esi ni trase ana unse starting for from that you starting for from na ke in your science be an nka me resource na call ye ti sa wo ya kotoko first 2 home matches no na attendance no my science and can improve. But subsequently, no, ethical because as a performance results na encouraging. And now you are makokunya win we a win that so build up on it. Time me gidi say ebeboa ama match say da wo manimu no. Omo timenya more ade. Ewo some small ade bi say kotokokoso e perform here. Ebe draw kofo ama omo game even against House of Folk no ebe improve attendance no and the confidence ebe minimum say house home the confidence the encouragement the beba tina na make say performance na yehu no so gakope say omutimi to aso ene then omo the Chelsea dey no to aso a it will near to the benefit of the club no in terms of building confidence the ama team no and even the supporters no into a match may hear how Kotoko will approach this game. I think say omo approaching with all the seriousness no let me say some few injuries here and there Lamte and a few others been but the whole team no no more ogum enough to pick from. I will beat me the a good game it is a game that me feel say tama bibi kakrabi excite me. Information is a House of Folk bebo FA Cup omo de no po be mine and it excites me. It excites me because this is House of Folk tama years back na omo train wo lotteries anwem then omo move here to places afi na so omo rent omo charges ka Captain Jibo pa omni dey no be charges say urema won just na say o je ho so po mo je ho oh difficult say ube for baby Jibo
Alaji I can't even make sure say you cannot Baba me da sin je be obiem enti me be obiem o ma ade che no awe but Jesus for say Saviola Jibo nim Saviola honorable Oyerepa Otuo-Acheampong Koniba
yeah
or say this is a quad estate alignment in Sheso. Alignment, I was saying Sheso there and give me pictures of that. Okay. I'm reading this for a reason. Obiakro Fi say Hall of Fame at time Ransford Osei has made some very damaging claims against one of your own. Against one of your own. As a head of Facebook Watchers, I demand a comment from your panel members. You see, the only thing is that Fred Achi has responded to this and has even said, Ransford unfair evidence, he's going to court. He has asked his lawyers to deal with the situation, and even says, "Omo go so publish no one here am so mo be ba be kan." And Achi has responded. Time in your time, but I will probably try and then go through that one. Time a buyer na head of sports catch say respond before we discuss until much over. You yeah disclaimer the sanity hobby so any further we are now there bania but some mama yes I wait in 2 minutes now. Sasa we oza wasem kabiem the odie kofijo bu ni nyina achi no ma me hwe hwe aya mango ye correct all erectile dysfunctioning na obema no atimi agina ho yie ama onya atenka kama aya fam eye ma de be ma nkosua ne ade nyina no atimi akoso ama oba oya fumfa anye den aya menfro de prostrate nsensem ane ade nyina no eyi free ho and I'll tell you, Ironman Vital so improve sperm mobility. Na ama or sperm no aye kama. I slim there about wow if you want to control your weight. Very, very important. But BIB or FDA approve your dream 100%, 100% herbal. Your number is 0508758701. 050-875-8701 near call. Access Bank Gusua, see Yemra na Yemra Access more than banking. Access Bank Visa credit card no. Oko Access Bank is here now for 0302-742-696. Access Bank for betro kwanya obefaswa. Egwa obefaswa obetimi go through that process we na fi o mama omwa wohia kama ebe busu. Shine your eye promotion so go songa. And at the buyer, no answer 25 promo wrappers of Onga Stream. Unya, no per 5 promo wrappers account. No, I know they call your redemption centers in your win. And I'm saying, go for so when any man, you and I know your friend a Kangen and I Kangen energetic drinking water, alkaline water, and soon a pneumonia, one thing, yadia, same it helps even regulating body temperature. Na o kidneys the organs na ya juma kama ya nom Kangen your Breman UGC New Tafu Road your number is 0241-449191 na your problem be any ho ya yenko da Knox Hotel ho ye kama pa bibi ho bia ye fine okwa abutu a ye bibia ma settle na kama tama nana kontompu ba ye na se sikata ho this guy akwa say kama
meko wani meko busa mom
o kon knock so mne kotoko fo aka bum because
o wa van che na kotoko ati
o mu we bibia kama o mu first flight consult for na catch say opeto ko school abrochiri na nya scholarship a frɛ wo mo 0242207728 0242207728 bibia be koso dia ma obe IELTS we start we nya scholarship akoba bia pesa ukobia asa na Isa sasa ne friend problem bia for the man of the Pfizer intra Pfizer
but your boss will be the asem one
she had said so say ayi ne bedi kan sister bedi kan chiri
I think say baby NCCA ne do no me if I'm crazy I will honorable just leave their circus for them na makwetran baby adwene me ho no me this is the advice I will give to Chris about development nya yeah o dey on form circus and for more na makwetran baby no adwene ho because you see what the Santregen guys now do, you know, what the Santregen guys now doing, very annoying. You are too about more as NCC Santregen. Promise I will show you now to me, Kotokobo empty stadium. But we can see Bia, oh, you appeal for fans, no, no, Jiska, and the Odia Mudia Honde, Kojiska appeal for fans, and the Ahondeni the energy, Omunko Jiska, and the any day on one for Aqua Stadium defense no so. Just where there is money there you see them. But to work for people to come to stadium they unhuomo. And unnecessary nyama emfa bia progress Brian Brass and Kotoko and no more. Honestly, me Chris onyama downfall. But if I'm close to him o dey say the time mpo nyanso ye no kwa kan say the mumfa mansis na mko trambe the mumfa
the way a leader o ma bumfu nyata
o nya bufu
say you hand over very well
and take me from say nka me time no nka be so December ye ba o dey nka matwa be nim enti anya hand over no na mo nya ma de na mo nkoye say mo na betima ye you see
obefan tra na
enya about
who face challenges ya na no chase adwuma no dey before Diana
enya tra sam na ye go you see
people are getting something wrong with that because why are you people not talking about Ransford or says allegation against Versace? Do you mean the entire production for the show there since yesterday has not come across this news? I believe in you and how professional you are with your job. That's an issue. That's an issue. Sammy. That's an issue. Sammy, where is the thing? Anyway, that's an issue we have all been battling with in Ghana. Here on how some GFA members are taking money from the players and giving them chance ahead of those who deserve. So how are you boycotting to discuss this? How? I'm not sure it's because Achi is your friend. Okay, Mr. Jibo will address this issue. So, Zach, you know,
but so when you say some of the comments that eba are directed to the Menyano. But your Kruma say, I can't read any BDNC because the Quentin League and Ofria Winyaso. But the other one no buy a Quadric. Kruma need better than the Quentin League. I know the free so over the free so. You understand? Oh, we should buy a Quentin League. The immediate one of one or transfer the Quentin League. The immediate one who left before Chris K. One League, Amakotoko. Now, oh, one about the lake, and now and when you for
the time being now, I think the issue here is the chief of staff has written a letter, and Yenya woman address what I say how this.
No, it's just assembly now. With
Friday 4 p.m. Babara Sports Stadium.
Yeah, my dear Mammy Rainbow.
CR Belouzdad. Oh, Babara Sports Stadium. Ms. Otuo Oyerepa. Baby, a National Circles Council no support a school no edruno. Be bosumi miensa 9 a etwam. Ehwa na Asante Kotoko club ne gina. Na ye wie no, be 4 months ye wie no, na supporters ni bia ko gina baby. Na bi su gina baby. We to boko na we atobo aba. We to boko na we atobo aba. Ebesi na ye ka so mo da so totobo no. Ti Kotoko ni mu ache. Yes, emu ache because of a decision. Nti adana yakoba se nana kontompo ni afere hene. Ye na adwo be hihia supporters ekoku no. Na waka omumie no nyina bum. Eye de nipa dom adwuma de bizoto. Enya possible say omu nyina be ko benkrum. But sometimes o try so benya dodo na no. A o maka bom because yeti ye adwuma bizoto wo nkofo bebre o mani je adwuma pa obuso a osori anopa no ohu se ye kasa kwara no bo afu. Obenya kwa nka yen sori anopa kwara metena ha mama ye adwuma. Sa na wi asnete. They say a free team now so aba supporters group. Media metetinsem. But me I am for 4 bizotu. E do magu committee ne so no. Me wo gidie e wa rehemu wo mu because and somebody be a meteten say other regions ni feel say Ashanti region for who mo say circles no mo na ye omo dia. Bizotu ti omo ehu ne se Ashanti region fo hu ne se Kotoko circles no omo ena ye omo dia a omo other regions na aka ne de ye yi omo asinchen enti bibia ba Ashanti region fo person omo kire se omo na circles ne omo dia enti ne ba bia ye ginan Bruno half of 4 hwe Western 4 hwe Eastern 4 hwe Greater Accra 4 hwe committee ya Chief of Staff ni die mu ohene kase opemso tumfo se tu upon the tumi kakra de ama no aform committee on baba ye adwuma yi bizoto say free team no so a na eba supporters group e circle I'm expecting them so mbewie no e de abotoyem e de onuado e beba circle because other regions no ati agina say so mu take any decision against them mu nyina be resign.
Certain decisions,
yes. Anything against the constitution of the circles, omo be resign.
Omo ka nananom committee ana.
Yes, etina somebody ye ko adwuma na ye die. Ni etetinsem. Nti ye beba beka bi e de chairman for but the me ka che on say me die ahemfofo ye yi wo mi ebi mu wo ha mzotuo menya opportunity to meet them. Omo nim de omo wo say omo nyina na meshi omo but ebi mu wo so a menya opportunity to meet them. Ayodomi Abrahene de enye on so many occasions. Enti omo me de mesre se constitution na eda ho na circles ni de omo dwuma no eno no omo hwe so no mo fa toto akwan efa mom se de bia because na afa enko wie no ye betia na greater Accra for the release
aba don ko se ayi asute mienu kura gusu bia ma saba and all the messages ye dey see anyame boa